Good morning. Myself Dr. Dilshad Begum, Associate Professor, Department of Commerce and Management, Government College Autonomous, Mandya, Mandya University, Mandya. Hello viewers, today we are going to discuss that is Management and Behavioral Process, Block 2, Unit 5, 6, 7 and 8. Today we are going to discuss that. Welcome to our series on management and behavioral process. Today, let us understand the significance of staffing and directing, how it helps in improving the organization. Staffing and directing deals with the structure of a company in terms of its rules, practices and procedure to manage an organization. See, you can see here, staffing, it includes employees, jobs, personnel, hire workers, human resources, interviews. So, let us come to the point of a meaning of staffing. Staffing is a continuous process of recruiting, evaluating, hiring, deploying and retaining the human resources that an organization need in order to have the right people with the right skill in the right position at the right time in order to organization to achieve its objectives. It also includes the process of work process planning, recruitment, selection, training, deployment and performance management. Here we have some of definition on staffing. According to McFarland, staffing is the function by which managers build an organization through the recruitment, selection and development of individual as capable employees. Next, according to Kuntnes O'Donnell, the managerial function of staffing involves maturing the organization structure through proper and effective selection, appraisal and development of personnel to fill the role of design into the structure. Now, we will study something about the functions. We have several functions. So, some of the functions are here. The first function is manpower planning. What is manpower planning? Manpower planning for a short term and long term, it has two. The short term manpower planning may achieve the objectives of the company at present condition, whereas the long term manpower planning should be concerned with the estimation of staff members required in future. Next function is development. Development is concerned with the development of staff members through adequate and proper appropriate training programs. The training is only to the needy persons or we can say employees. When we come to the third function, it is fixing the employment standards. What is the standards? It includes the two concepts, that is the job description and the job satisfaction. What is job description? The job description is a what? It is a statement of personal qualities of an individual must possess if it is so successful to perform a job. Whereas, job description is a systematic and organized written statement of duties and responsibilities in a specific jobs. When we come to the fifth function, that is related to selection and placement. So, it includes the process of a selection of a staff members, the placement which includes giving a job to the person on the basis of his ability, education, experience and the like. The next function is related to training. When a person is being selected and given a placement, the staff member need a training which has been set out by the company on its own expenses. The training may not only required for the staff members, new staff members, but also it needed for the existing staff members. When we are given a lot of things about the functions and the meaning, and we learn something about the definition, so what is the importance? Why we have to give importance to the stuffing? So let us see what is the importance. Identify the competent personnel. We need to identify, because when we have several persons in the staff, when we give a training and the development, so there are something there which we need to identify the person. So stuffing, it is the one process which identifies the requirement of the workforce to fill the position in the organizational structure, and selecting the right people for the right job. It ensures the people that which is adequate competence are employed. The next, so improved performance. What all the improvement they have done after a selection and the training facilities? So here the right people on the right job, which helps the business enterprise use physical resources in the most optimum manner, leading to a higher productivity, better efficiency and improved performance. When we come to the survival and the growth, it is when we give a proper training to the employees for the development of the organization and for the self-development, it updates the manager to change their business environment and the succession, which ensure the continuous survival and the growth for the self as well as to the organization. Optimum utilization. So human resources, that is the HR, which they have our own efficiency and effectiveness. That is what we can do, what the organization do, they utilize their efficiency up to the mark level. So this stuff, which is the stuffing, it identifies the workforce requirement, the plans, appointment, the people according to their efficiency, that ensures adequate person available for to avoid underutilization. That means the proper utilization will be utilized. Next, come to it, whether the person who has applied and job satisfaction, so whether he has been satisfied or anything, he has been built morally in the organization, which the stuffing helps, which gives an opportunity for the growth of the internal promotion, appreciations, reward, contribution through continuous appraisal. This keeps the work satisfied with a high moral. So with that we can come to know whether the employee has been satisfied with the job, as well as whether he has been built with his self moral. So that stuffing can help it. When we studied so much, so there should be necessary. So what is the process of stuffing? So it is not a thing that the process will go on like that, but some steps according to the company rules and regulations, practices, there are some processes are there. The first process is what? Whether the manpower is required. There is any planning? Yeah, this will help the process, and which has been divided into two parts. The one is the quantitative and the qualitative. So quantitative, that is many people needed in the future, that is the quantitative, and the qualitative will be identified about the qualities and the characteristics which they are performing in the job. The next is recruitment. Again, recruitment and selection, the process has come. What is a recruitment? Recruitment is nothing, stimulating the person for attracting the job to apply for the job in a position in the organization. Selection, making the choice of the applicant to choose a suitable job requirement, keeping in the view. The selection is a what? It is a process which is identifying the task performed as well as drawing the line for the success and unsuccessful performance. Therefore, the process of selection tries to find out how for a job applicant fulfill the characteristics and traits which is needed, which is being successful to perform in a particular job. Next is placement and orientation. Placement it is a nothing. After selecting a person, it is necessary for the employee, they have to place it in a right place, the right person, because many people, many workers, employees, they are well qualified and all, but when we comes to the point of a placement, so the organization will select the right person for the right job. Once the offer is accepted from the selected person, so the organization will place a person in the right place, so that there can be a reduction of absenteeism, employee turnover, accidents rates, everything. So for them, what the induction means, it is induction and orientation, it is nothing but giving a training after once the person has been given the placement, that is nothing but an introduction about the job for the new employee in the organization. All the expenses will be borne by the organization itself. After giving orientation, it is necessary the employee need to have a training. So the training is a process of one of the process of a staffing function. Training is more effectively for the concerned job, where the people can train for the development for them, for its own and for the welfare of the organization. Training program will be, it is like a impart, means providing a knowledge about the organization, about the job, and for that the development involves the growth of the employees in a different respects, which seeks the competence and skill for the future performance. Performance appraisal. After doing all this, how the employee giving a performance in the organization, that in the different manner the organization makes the performance and knows what all the standards the employee has been adopted and how they are defining the job and what well they are performing in the organization, that by taking the feedback from the different different consideration. Sometimes the company, they take a 360-degree performance, so that whether the employee has been adopted the job properly and where they are well versed in the company, in the organization, so that can be able to identified. Next, based on the performance appraisal, the organization will provide the promotion. Promotion as it is, they don't give, they'll see the performance appraisal, how they are made their career planning for the future purpose based on the responsibility and the job satisfaction. Promotion will be provided to the employees from the organization. Then come to the compensation. Compensation, it is nothing, it is a financial payment for the employees if there is anything happen, like maybe some accidentals or any problem arises to the employee, or it is like a salary, it is like an indirect payment, paying the leaves, payment on the leaves, all these things which is paid by the organization, that is nothing but a compensation. So here we ends there related to staffing. Now let us come to the directing. Directing is one of the function of the management. So you can see the picture here, how directing, here one subordinate, for so many subordinates are there, the one superior will directing how the work have to be performed. So let us come to know about the meaning and the definition of the directing. It is a very simple concept. Directing is nothing but a process instructing, guiding, counseling, motivating and the leading people in the organization to achieve the organization goals is nothing but is known as a directing. Directing not only includes order, instruction by a superior to the subordinate, but also it includes guiding, inspiring the employees, It encompasses many motivation, leadership, supervision. Besides communication, it is a managerial function which performs throughout the life of the organization. So, to make it a correct, some of the thinkers, they have said what is directing. According to Kuntnes Donald, what he says, directing means moving to action and supplying stimulating power to a group of person. That means directing one superior will direct the subordinates how to perform the work through the action, maybe through the communication they will give. According to Theo Hyman, what he says here, directing consists of the process and techniques utilizing in issuing instruction and making certain operation are carried as a original plan. Next, come to the William Newman. What he is saying, directing deals with the step a manager takes to get subordinates to carry out their plan. So, all these definition clearly says directing is a what? It is a process which not only gives an order and instruction, it motivates the employee how to deal with the job, how to get into the work, how they can handle the responsibility in a effective and in the proper sense. Features are characteristics, we can say. So, features means which is related, what all is there in the directing, how we can, with the help of the features, we can see the whole structure of a directing. So, first is action oriented. Without action, directing is not a directing. Directing here, the action the subordinate will put into a motion to the employees how to work, that is the direction. Widespread influence. Widespread influence means there are some different areas will be there. Every area cannot be handled. So, they will take some specific area which involves some department of the organization allying how to achieve the common goals. Top-down guidance. Top-down guidance means there will be a levels, different levels are there, how the employee can coordinate with the superior or the superior, how they can coordinate with the subordinates. Continuous process, obviously it is a continuous process because it is not the one day or the 2 day that the directing should end. Every movement, every step the directing will be keep on continuous, and their activities, the response is effective. And so, that according to the changing condition, so the directing will be flow on. So, that is why we will call it is a continuous process. Human centric approach. So, organization is a mechanical concept. So, importance of addressing the human motivation, ability recognizing what are the role which the employee are playing. So, it is a human centric, it is not a machine centric, it is a human centric. Now, when we discuss about all the concepts, obviously we have to give some of the importance because many things are positively are there which affects to reach the goal of the organization, some of the importance. What is importance? Direction integrates employees' effort. Definitely, obviously, the director, when we direct or when the superior directs to the subordinates how to deal. So, definitely it is an employee's effort when they take into an action. Then it bridges the gap between the managerial decision and implementation. Yeah, definitely management will give a decision and that will be taken into implement by the employees. Then changes facilitation, whatever the facilities are there, there will be some changes. When the changes comes, definitely direction will be given by the superior to the subordinates. Then provide stability and balance in the organization. Definitely the organization and the superiors, they take care of what is the balance that they can maintain in the organization. Then maximum attempts means they will give a chance to the employees or the subordinates how to deal with the organization individually. Principle. Now, we will discuss about the principles. See, everywhere there are the rules, regulations, everything are there. Every organization they will be having some of the principles. So, here the principles has been broadly classified into two sections. One is the principles related to purpose of training. What is the purpose of directing? The other one, the process. Both are go side by side. So, first let us discuss about the purpose of directing. The first is what? The principle of harmony of the objective. So, every individual they will be having their own objectives. So, likewise even there will be individual they will be having their objects. So, what happened? Definitely obviously there will be conflict between the organization and the employees. So, here for example how it is possible means when the organization earns a profit they want to keep everything by themselves, and sometimes what happened, the employees they will ask they should have a more percentage of a profit. So, it is there will be a conflict through the bonus. So, there will be a conflict. So, that will be plays an important role how the harmony, how the coordination between both the parties, the management and the employees, how they can deal it and how they can solve it. This concept, this principle will help to solve out the problem. The other one is the maximum individual effort. Obviously, individual efforts will be there to success and make the people to work. It is the responsibility of the manager to take different techniques of direction. So, to contribute the maximum level to contribution to the organization. Next principle is the purpose of a directing. What is the process of a directing? So, here unity of a command. When command means when the superior commands to the subordinate, so what will happen? So, one superior should have to direct to the subordinates, because when there is a lot of number, many superiors directs to the subordinates, there will be a confusion what action to be taken. So, there will be starts of a confusion, conflicts, different disorders, all these things. So, that is what the principle says. There should be a unity of command, means one superior should have to give the direction to the subordinates. Next, direct supervision. Direct supervision means the supervision should be face to face communication, so which is possible to solve the problems of the employees easily. Next, managerial leadership. Leadership is a very important concept. So, the manager should have a good quality of a leadership. When we have a good quality, definitely the subordinate will understand the words of the superior and make them easy. So, it is one of the most important principle of directing. Then managerial communication. Communication is a very important, because if there is a problem in the communication, the problem will comes everywhere. So, that there should be a what? Effective. It is a principle. There should be an effective communication between the superior and the subordinates, which gives a efficiency of a direction. Next is the principle of managerial control. Managerial control means without managerial control, direction becomes ineffective. So, effective, to make a control effectively, control in the sense it is not that thing that should not done, that should not do, like it is not like that. Control in the sense means keeping the subordinate in an effective manner by giving a better direction. Next is follow up. So, whatever the work till now the employees, the subordinate has been done, so that should be taken through the feedback. So, feedback is a very important concept. So, to know what is the process taken continuously besides issuing a direction. So, the management should get the feedback what are the subordinates has been done as per the direction. Then what happened, that with the help of the feedback they can come to the conclusion whether it has been keep on going effectively or ineffectively. That will be called it as what it is, a follow up. Next, we can come to the how the direction can be very effective. So, what are the concepts is required, the most important required to make the direction to be very effectively. The first and the most important thing is what? Communication. There should be a good communication between the superior and the subordinates, or from the management to to the employees. Next is effective leadership. Leadership qualities, they're very important. So if there is a effective leadership, then everything goes very smoothly. Then supervisor, the one superior, he should be a very effective person. Motivation, when the direction, it is not just as a giving a order or instruction. So what is there? The motivation means making the employees to motivate the work and to achieve the goal. Then harmony of the objective. As I said you, there are the principles are there. So harmony means when there is a conflict between the people and between the management and the employees, what they have to do, they can solve with the help of the principles. Then unity of command. As I told you, unity of a command means there should not be different directions. One superior should direct to the subordinates. Then initiate action means it's not that the once the direction will be given and kept quiet. It is not, they have to initiate the action. Then informal organization, always there should not be a stubborn or any sticky. There should be some flexibility. Then for informal organization should be there. Then order, once the order given, it should be complete. Then there will be some different situation will arise at that time when there is anything to be needed. They have to facilitate the changes. Then follow through, whatever the work has been done, that it is necessary to follow up. Then it should be a reasonable and attainable, means whatever the work will be done, it should be a reasonable and attainable. Principle of efficiency, there is a most important concept. What are the efficiency has been done throughout the process, it is very important, can be done with the help of the process. So myself, Dr. Dilshad Begum from Mandya, Karnataka, signing off. Do join us for the next class on management and behavioral process. Until then, take good care of yourself. Bye.